Before joining Elevate, I felt really frustrated, stuck, not sure what else to do. I tried several one on one mentoring. I did a lot of pre recorded classes, and it just didn't seem to be the right fit for what I needed for myself and for my business. Since completing Elevate, I've made a lot of changes in my business. First and foremost is identifying my ideal client, a lot of different attributes that I never would have thought of before. I've made changes to my website to align with that ideal client and my overall client experience. I kick off calls with clients in a totally different way that makes it more of a dynamic experience for them. It gets them exactly what they're looking for right away. I can't say enough good things about Elevate and how it's made me look at my business and how I approach serving my clients in a totally different way. If I had to pick just one thing about Elevate that really makes it incredible and really that wow factor as a student, it's a very hard question to answer. But one thing I think that really I took away was how Juliana explains to approach a wedding day in a way that you can photograph a wedding in a more artistic, more elevated fashion. It's something that I'm implementing already, and I've really seen a difference in my work and how I strategize, not only serving the client really well, but just serving all of the vendors on a wedding day to make sure everyone is showcased in a very elevated way. Now that I've completed Elevate, if you were to ask me, should you sign up? The answer is yes, absolutely. I have seen already a transformation in my business, but also in my level of confidence that is priceless. You can't put a price tag on that. And it's a direct result of learning from Juliana, but also being in community with other creatives in a space to have access to her, have access to each other in a dedicated space, not only during class, but after class as well, which really sets it apart from other programs that I've been involved in. Elevate is something that is going to, continue to take you and serve you throughout your entire business journey. And it's something that I can't recommend enough. Sign up. That's the long and short of it. You have to. So there's so many things that I genuinely like about the program itself. I really liked the fact that we had the dedicated Telegram app to talk to each other. It just felt like a safe space that I wasn't bothering someone via email, and we had kind of our own little community after class or like between classes. So I really liked that small, tight-knit group, then would follow their journey online. I just felt like we had this, little mastermind, which is also really unique to some other programs. I also really loved how much Juliana poured into each and every week. She didn't hold anything back. If we had extra questions, she was available to stay on a little bit longer. I just felt really you were there to serve us in the best way you possibly could, and you didn't want to hold anything back or gatekeep from us. I also really liked, instead of just saying step by step, here's what I do, here's how to do it, you also shared behind the scenes of the strategy, the behavioral elements as to why someone poses this way, or maybe how they'd react to receiving this email, or if they had a website to go to instead of a guide. It just really brought us outside of, here's what everyone does, and here's why, we could do it better, and here's how you could do it better, and just gave us things to think about beyond just process and steps and workflow, which I feel like we get really stuck in the habit of just kind of doing that monotony, but maybe stepping back and thinking about how can we do things better? How can we do things differently? Again, differentiating ourselves and then elevating our experience. The details and just the posing, some of that was different than any other posing course I've taken. And in thinking about the triangles and what's flattering, I now take that and I try and see triangles everywhere I go, and whatever I'm doing on a wedding day, especially the details. So those little things that we don't necessarily see or look for, I now look for. And it's just little things like that I know are going to take me well beyond. I would recommend Elevate to anyone. It was a great experience. I have so many notes, lots of notes that I'm continuing to go and refer back to. So thank you. And I really hope to see this serve so many more photographers in the future.